A line of breaking news for you. Manchester United have officially confirmed Jadon Sancho has signed for Chelsea on a season-long loan deal. It was completed via a Premier League deal sheet, hence only being announced this evening.
Jadon Sancho's skills have always been off the charts. From his fancy footwork during his time at Dortmund to his lightning speed and creativity, everyone thought he'd be the key to Manchester United's comeback. But guess what? His time at Old Trafford turned into a cautionary tale of mismanagement and broken dreams. Now, Sancho's at Chelsea and he looks like a whole new player. It's got fans and experts wondering, was it Sancho who was the problem, or was it Manchester United all along?
Jadon Sancho is in a standoff with his manager, Erik Ten Hag. The Man United boss is demanding an apology from the England winner.
Let's dive into how United stifled one of Europe's most promising talents and why his comeback at Chelsea suggests bigger problems within Manchester United. Having left Manchester City's youth academy in search of regular first-team football, Sancho found his ideal environment in the Bundesliga. At Dortmund, he quickly established himself as one of Europe's most promising young players, tallying 12 goals and 14 assists in the 2018 to 2019 season alone. What made Sancho special was his flair and unpredictability. He wasn't just a winger who stuck to the sidelines, he was a creative force who loved cutting inside and linking up with his teammates. Dortmund's system allowed him to thrive, showcasing his unique blend of pace, vision, and technical skill. In 3 seasons, he recorded 38 goals and 51 assists, cementing his status as one of the most exciting young players in Europe. When Manchester United finally signed Sancho in 2021 for a whopping £73 million, fans were hopeful. He was seen as the player who would inject much-needed creativity and dynamism into United's attack. However, his time at Old Trafford didn't live up to the hype. So, what went wrong for Sancho at United? Well, it was a perfect storm of bad management, tactical restrictions, and team chemistry issues. At Dortmund, Sancho had the freedom to do his thing, move around, and express his creativity. But at United, he was stuck on the wing and had to play defense. This strict role didn't let him shine, and he went from being a free spirit to just another cog in a machine that didn't fit him. Manchester United's tactics were all over the place, which didn't help Sancho at all. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he couldn't find his groove in a team that had no idea what it was doing. Then Ralf Rangnick came in with his high-press system, which didn't suit Sancho's style either. By the time Erik Ten Hag arrived, it was clear that Sancho didn't fit into any of the systems United tried. Sancho's time under Ten Hag was particularly troubling. Known for being disciplined and rigid, Ten Hag demanded more defensive work and less creative freedom from his players. For Sancho, this approach only highlighted his struggles at United. His confidence dropped, and he quickly became a fringe player, a far cry from the game-changer he was at Dortmund. Sancho's struggles weren't unique. Manchester United has developed a troubling reputation for failing to get the best out of talented players. Paul Pogba, Donny van de Beek, and even Memphis Depay all came to United with sky-high expectations, but left not impressed and not being used to their full potential. So here's the thing with United. They've been all over the place with their managers, and each one comes in with their own ideas and rules. This makes it tough for the players to adjust, and it's clear that their performance has taken a hit because of it. On top of that, there's been drama in the locker room, and things have been pretty undisciplined. This whole situation makes it tough for players like Sancho to really shine. Erik Ten Hag's approach, in particular, has come under scrutiny. His inflexibility in dealing with players, and his tendency to bench or sideline those who don't fit his exact mold, have raised concerns. While Ten Hag's methods may work for certain players, they clearly didn't work for Sancho. The Dutch manager's high expectations, particularly around defensive duties, didn't align with Sancho's strengths as a creative attacker. Jadon Sancho's time on loan at Borussia Dortmund was like a magical comeback for the young star. After getting the cold shoulder from Manchester United and having a public falling out with Erik Ten Hag, Sancho went back to a place he knew well to get his groove and confidence back. And let me tell you, it was like a match made in heaven. Sancho totally lit it up, playing a huge role in Dortmund's amazing run to the Champions League final. His fancy dribbling, spot-on passes, and newfound joy on the pitch were like the secret ingredients to their success. It was like everyone was reminded of the amazing talent that got him that big money move to Old Trafford in the first place. Even though Dortmund couldn't quite pull off the win in the final against Real Madrid, Sancho's loan spell showed us all just how much potential he has. It was like a fresh start gave him a new lease on life. Or some might suggest that it was moving away from Manchester United, the graveyard for young talented footballers in recent times, that was the catalyst to refinding himself. Upon joining Chelsea, uncertainty loomed over Sancho's ability to regain his previous form in the English Premier League. However, the move to Chelsea, away from Erik ten Hag's Manchester United, has proven to be transformative for him yet again. Under Enzo Maresca's more fluid attacking system, Sancho has maintained a consistent trajectory of high-level performances reminiscent of his Dortmund days, showcasing a return to his former self. At Chelsea, Sancho is back to doing what he does best, driving at defenders, making dangerous runs, and creating chances for his teammates. The system at Chelsea gives him the freedom to roam and express himself, something that was severely lacking at United. In the few games he's played, Sancho's confidence has visibly returned, and his performances have improved as a result. Maresca's approach is more tailored to Sancho's style, allowing him to play instinctively rather than being bogged down by rigid tactics. The change in environment and playing style has been crucial in helping Sancho rebuild his confidence and rediscover the form that made him such a sought-after talent in the first place. Sancho's resurgence at Chelsea raises an important question. Is Manchester United the real problem? Looking at players like Romelu Lukaku, Paul Pogba, Angel Di Maria, and Memphis Depay, it becomes clear that Sancho's struggles at United weren't an isolated case. These players, like Sancho, all struggled at United only to thrive once they left Old Trafford. The problem at United appears to go beyond just tactics. It's about the overall culture and environment at the club. The constant changes in management, lack of a clear identity, and poor handling of player development have all contributed to United's struggles to unlock the potential of their top talents. Instead of building around their star players, United has often tried to fit square pegs into round holes, forcing players into systems that don't suit them. For Sancho, leaving Manchester United seems to have been the right decision. At Chelsea, he's flourishing once again, and it's a clear sign that the problem wasn't with his talent, but with United's inability to nurture and develop it. Jadon Sancho's journey from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester United and now Chelsea highlights a deeper issue at Old Trafford. While Sancho struggled at United, it wasn't for a lack of talent. Instead, it was the club's mismanagement, tactical constraints, and poor handling of players that stifled his development. Now that Sancho is back in an environment where he can play freely and confidently, his true potential is once again shining through. Manchester United must address their player management issues if they hope to rebuild and return to the top of English football. Until then, they risk losing more talents like Sancho, who, once freed from the constraints of Old Trafford, go on to thrive elsewhere.
Jadon Sancho!